Hello and welcome back to another video with me, Meoni. This time we're looking at the itinerant Moogle event that's gone live today, and basically just a bit of an overview if you missed the previous video. So you can find in all three starting major city-states, so Gridania, Uldar, and of course Limsa Lominsa Lower Decks, here where I am today, you will find the itinerant Moogles. You can't really miss them. They have this massive Moogle icon above their head, and essentially these act as vendors. And on these vendors you'll see that you can exchange these new Irregular Tomestone of Philosophy items for a variety of items, including the Namazu earring, which costs 100 tomestones, some special time-worn maps, which I can give you clarification now, give you a 100% chance to spawn the portal, much like the other treasure maps, only this gives you a guaranteed portal every time, but those will cost you 50, which you get 2, but still 50 is quite a lot. You can get the Pegasus Whistle, which is obviously from Diadem. You can also get a number of other things, and we looked at some of these rewards last time in the original announcement video, but overall a lot of people have said that it looks very grindy. Now there is a reason they're saying that, and primarily these tomestones in particular, these Irregular tomestones, are actually quite interesting to get, and by interesting to get I mean you get very few of them per run of a certain dungeon, for example. So to show you exactly what I mean, let's bring up the Duty Finder, and you'll be able to see now on the Duty Finder any applicable dungeon or raid or trial that's actually included in this event, i.e. will reward you with Irregular Tomestones of Philosophy once completion, will actually be signified by two things. Firstly, you'll see a Moogle icon next to the actual name of the duty, and also on the duty's description it will show you how many that you will get per completion of that run. Now one of the caveats to this is that it has to be a synced run, as in you cannot run unsynced, so you can't just power through the lowest level dungeon and hope for the best. So that's one of the restrictions. Then there's the amount of tomestones you get per run. So whilst we look through here, if we look at the Alliance raids for A Realm Reborn, you'll see that Labyrinth of Ancients, Circus Tower, and the World of Darkness are all applicable, and these Alliance raids from level 50 will actually reward you with 2 of these tomestones upon completion. I still personally think this is one of the most, the fastest method casually that you can actually do this, but you will also note that there are a few other ways of getting these. Notably, low-level dungeons from level 16 with Tamtara Deepcroft will actually award you 1 per completion. So there's Tamtara, Copperbell Mines, Thousand Moors of Totarak, Sunken Temple of Karn, the Stone Vigil, and then you have Castrum Meriadenum and also the Praetorium. Now Castrum and Praetorium actually give you 3 tomestones upon completion, but unfortunately with those 2 story level dungeons you actually cannot skip any of the cutscenes in there as of a patch last year. So as a result those runs will take you nearly an hour to complete each. There's a bit of difference in there, and if you had a pre-made group for those you could probably do them quite quickly by using a disconnect method, but obviously that's not something that really I would recommend, and it's not the way that Square Enix want you to do this. However, there are actually people who have devised other ways, faster ways of farming these tomestones. For example, this Reddit post, which I saw today, which I'll link in the description, talks about how essentially they're using 4 blue mages to completely zerg their way through Tamtara Deepcroft, obviously synced to actually get those tomestones, but you can essentially get 1 tomestone per every 6 minutes, they say, which is obviously quite a good deal. But, you do have to employ the use of Blue Mage, and it's still going to take you quite a long time. Personally, I'm the sort of person that will just casually go and do Labyrinth of the Ancients 50 times to get my Namazu earrings. That's pretty much the only real thing I want from this vendor. There are a few items that people are a bit upset about, notably some of the A Realm Reborn Beast Tribe mounts are actually on here. I think actually all of them are on there, so you don't actually need to do the Beast Tribes to get these items anymore. However, this is a limited time event, and obviously it's going to take you a very long time to actually grind for even a small amount of these tomestones. So is it really worth it? A lot of people have said that this is a great way of burning out just before Shadowbringers releases, and that it is a complete grind fest. Me personally, I wouldn't disagree with that entirely. I thought that they would actually give more tomestones upon completion of certain duties, especially if you're going to incentivize people running Castrum Meriadenum over stuff like, the Labyrinth of the Ancients, which is a much faster run. I think on average it's like 20 to 25 minutes with no wipes, and you can get your 2 tomestones per completion. 50 runs of that and I'm pretty much done for my earrings. It is what it is. Let me know what you think below, if you have any tips and tricks like the Blue Mage tip I talked about, and what you plan to do in terms of this event, or if you're planning to just completely avoid it and just wait until Shadowbringers, like a few others in the community, have already voiced. Anyway, thank you kindly for watching this video, and I'll see you all next time.